Bitcoin could be set for $52,000, and let me tell you why. How is it going, everyone? Yas here from Trading Vanguard. I'm a technical trader who trades short squeeze, momentum, and volatile stocks. All of the information shown in this video is not financial advice and just my opinion. So, welcome back to my channel, everyone. It's been a while since I've given an update on Bitcoin. So let's not waste any time and let's get stuck straight into the charts. Right, so not only do I analyze stocks, which of course are my main, I'd say, speciality, but I do analyze other assets, primarily being Bitcoin and gold. And the reason is, as a technical trader, once you're honestly able to analyze charts, no matter what kind of chart you go into, you will be able to identify patterns, whether they're short term, long term, for you to find trading success. So let's have a quick recap with Bitcoin and how it looks overall. So, right, Bitcoin overall, of course, long term, I'm super bullish on Bitcoin. Has great potential, overall long term. We can see that it has entered, in my opinion, into this ascending trend channel, which started off in 2023. And within the trend channel, of course, just like any old trend channel pattern, it's the top, comes down to the bottom, finds support, goes to the top again, gets rejected, support at the bottom, and etc. etc. Now, within the trend channel pattern, I've also marked the top with a dark red color, and this is what I call the super bearish zone, or let's say overheated, and just overbought for Bitcoin. And we can see, right? Let me zoom in so you guys got a better view. We can see every time Bitcoin has entered in, so we're looking at the weekly chart now, but every time Bitcoin has entered into this zone, even if it's just a candle wick, we can see it gets rejected. All right, sometimes it has come up to the top once, so it has come up to the top of the trend channel and then got rejected again, and then on the final time where it created an all-time high, came up, got rejected, but got supported by the EMAs and just touched it once more to find its final rejection, and that's when it created its all-time high. And this is a telltale sign where you can kind of get an idea where it's kind of losing momentum. An all-time high is created, but just the top of the candle wick gets rejected. This is kind of a telltale sign that a sell-off is incoming. And now, in November, Bitcoin has finally broken out of its ascending trend channel pattern. So you probably might be thinking that, this could be really bad for Bitcoin since it's broken out of its pattern. In my opinion, no. I think Bitcoin has been extremely overbought, the past couple of years. So I want to say, yeah, since 2023, since it's kind of entered in this pattern, it's only had one way up without a real pullback, or without a healthy correction in space of 3-4 years. And now we are finally seeing, in my opinion, a beautiful and healthy correction, which is very much needed. So it's broken out of the ascending trend channel pattern. Now it's got levels of support which are there waiting for Bitcoin. So the three main levels of support that I identified are 87,000 and let's say 500. We've got 67,700 and then 52,700 USD. And in my opinion, this is where Bitcoin is heading towards. If we go to the daily chart, right? So I made my video here on the 27th of December, And I had made it clear that should Bitcoin not hold this level of support, and we can see as soon as it broke out of the trend channel pattern, it came down and found this level of support. And I said, should Bitcoin not hold this level of support, then without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to go back down and test the next support level. And do you know what? As a matter of fact, let's do let's do a replay. Can I do a replay? Yeah. All right, let's do a replay from when I made the video, all right? Just so you guys got a good view of what happens to Bitcoin. So there we go, zoom in. So let's play. So we can see that Bitcoin's finding support. Okay, this is on the daily chart. Attempts a breakout, all right? So doing quite well. However, of course, it encounters the Ichimoku cloud, which is a super reliable indicator. However, we can see that it's just not enough. The black EMA 200 is waiting, and again, comes back down to the support, tries to attempt another breakout again, gets rejected, comes back to the support, and then gets rejected once more. And in my opinion, guys, this was the confirmation that the support was not enough, and the bears had won this fight. So now, what had happened after that? We can see that the bears actually tried to, shake people out completely from this support level at 67,000. So we can see that the price got slammed down to, what was it? 62,000. So that's quite, a bit. That's almost 10% below the support level. However, the bulls bought back in, and now we can see same thing, guys. It's being supported by this support level at 67,700 USD. Now we can switch off the replay. Now that we've seen that, do I think it's gonna hold this level of support? Guys, in my opinion, no. Okay, and let me tell you why. Since the stock has come down, at least we can see on the first support level, it actually held quite well. We can see there was a few green weekly candles. We can see an attempt at a breakout. However, now, right, we can see that the bears stepped in, and it's been 4 weeks since the support has been touched. If I zoom in even more, each week keeps getting lower and lower and lower, and even the black EMA 200 is barely supporting Bitcoin. So this is what I predict, all right? Should we not see Bitcoin pull above the support for this week, meaning a green candle, and if next week we see a full-on red candlestick below the support level at 67,700, then guys, without a shadow of that, in my opinion, I see the next support coming back down at 52,700 USD. We can just see, guys, 3 red candles at the support level. The bulls are just not biting. The bulls are not interested in buying at these price levels. So why would I personally, right? For me personally, why would I actually want to see Bitcoin come down to this price level and would be a perfect buying opportunity? Well, this is what I want to share with everyone, all right? Let's focus on the MACD. So let me see if I can make that a bit bigger. Yeah. So let's focus on the MACD, all right? Oops. Sorry. Got multiple computers, so my TradingView account keeps connecting to different computers that I've got. Right, so let's look at the MACD. Let me zoom out. We can see, right, the last time that the MACD had a crossover at minus 6,000, right? So this is the blue line that I've marked at minus 6,000, and the circle is the crossover. The last time we had a crossover at this zone, and this is where the MACD is heading, by the way, right? The last time we had a crossover at this zone, we can see that's when Bitcoin began its next bull run up. And from then, if we measure from this crossover, Bitcoin had a squeeze of almost 500%. So in the perfect trading world, all right, of course we don't live in a perfect trading world, but in the perfect trading world, what would I want to see personally as a technical trader? I would want Bitcoin to come down to the 52,000 support level, get supported there for a few weeks, and then I would love to see, because you know, this crossover has got, in my opinion, maybe a few months at max, all right? Couple weeks. Once it comes down to this level, gets supported, and we see a crossover, in my opinion, that will be the next leg running up for Bitcoin. Of course, not financial advice. This is just what I see based on the charts. And if Bitcoin can't even get support at 52,000, then unfortunately it does start to look really, really ugly in my opinion for Bitcoin. However, we're not really going to cross that bridge because, again, we need to come down to this support level first, and then we can talk about how Bitcoin performs then. And yeah, guys, to the upside, literally the top of the trend channel. So once Bitcoin gets supported, you know, we can see the bulls start to accumulate their position. Then we can see the next run up. And in my opinion, of course, the top of the trend channel is waiting again, creating new all-time highs. So we can see at least, you know, based on where Bitcoin is right now, yeah, you'd probably be looking at the 160 to the $170,000 range. I'd still need to extend this a little bit more to get a better view, but this is what I expect. So what did you guys think about my Bitcoin analysis? Also, if you guys have any other ticker suggestions, please drop them in the comments below. If you guys found this video useful, please drop me a like. And if you are a similar trader to myself, please consider subscribing, as I'll be posting similar content to this. Once again, I would like to end the video by saying this video is not financial advice. Trading can be extremely risky, and you should always have a strategy to stay safe. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.